Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the Virtual Velocity Racing Xfinity Series as we complete Daytona Speed Weeks here on CRN. This is our final race of the week and our final race here at Daytona, as it's going to complete our 725 plus miles here at Daytona for this week. If you include all the racing we've seen, we had 191 start off the week with 100 laps at Daytona. We had Core Xfinity on Tuesday nights, as they had a 55 lap race that went into overtime, and then you had last night the pit road speed limit racing have 55 laps and do a little overtime racing as well for them. But here tonight we're set up for 80 laps here, and it looks like another one that is going to take us under the lights here. It's a little sunny yet, but the race is going to end up going under the lights. It's 2 times the time right now, and it's already at 7:05 p.m. Daytona time, so we'll get to see these cars under the lights here pretty soon. And we got about a little over 20 cars out here tonight. A few missing because there's some other stuff going on at the actual Daytona. You got the duels going on tonight, but who the heck wants to watch that when you got CRN out here and live coverage? At least, picture in picture. Let's be honest. But Carl Hamworth joined in a booth by Jimmy Coher. Jimmy, you ready to finish off Speed Weeks here at Daytona?
Well, I can't say I won't not be happy when Daytona's done for the week. We were just talking to Carl. We watch a lot of Daytona, obviously, with the plenty of leagues, but it's a great track. It's a great race, and it's right now it's just an endurance race from the start and to the finish here, especially with the drivers here at VVR. They're very they're patient. They take their time for the most part. Majority of the races are green from start to finish, so I am looking forward to seeing how they run together, how they pit together, and see who and has not got that elusive time entering the pits, and because that's what makes or break a run, especially when you got a league like VVR that goes green from start to finish the majority of the time. But they're out there getting it done right now. Got a few more seconds remaining. Got 18 cars out of the 23 or 22, excuse me, that got qualifying times. And one of the tracks that qualifying doesn't really matter too much.
Yep, doesn't matter at all. I mean, anything but starting from the pits. This is one track you probably don't want to start from the pits because you're going to miss out on the draft and lose out there. But any caution comes out, you'll be right up there with the field again if you didn't already get lapped. But it doesn't matter if you start front, middle, back. I would probably say it does kind of matter if you start in the middle, because I wouldn't want to be there. No matter how good the drivers are, I'm not a big fan of being in the middle of the pack here at Daytona. I'd rather be front or back, or just give me some space to breathe, at least for the first 70 laps or so. But the trend is going to end here tonight. We've had back and forth all season long with Dalton Kilroe and Ryan Kelly. Ryan Kelly went in last week out at Old Atlanta to get his 3rd win of the season, to top Dalton Kilroe's 2 wins. And Dalton Kilroe comes in here as the points leader, but he's not coming in here tonight. He's going to miss the race here tonight, so no chance of going back and forth Ryan Kelly, Dalton Kilroe here again tonight. It's going to be either Ryan Kelly picking up his 4th win, or we'll finally see our 3rd different winner here tonight. And who knows who it's going to be. Anybody in the field is certainly up for it here tonight. Could it be Ty Marasco, 2nd in points coming in? He's only 18 points behind Dalton Kilroe with a fantastic start to the season. We'll see if the one has what it takes to get in here. Ryan Kelly's missed 2 races, but the 2 provisionals help him out, certainly, as he is right there in 3rd position in the points. Only another 18 points behind Ty Marasco. Mike Hasty moves down into 4th in the points. Robert Kahn rounds out the top 5. But again, pretty much anybody out here tonight in this 22-car field certainly has a chance to take it down here. But you got to survive the first 70, 75 laps here. And really, we've talked about it before. You can get to that first pit stop green. There's a chance that this thing goes green to checkered because the field typically spreads out after that first pit stop. But we got our starting order here for tonight. 22 cars ready to tackle Daytona for 80 laps. Jimmy, why don't you give us that rundown?
Yeah, rundown of tonight's starting order is going to be Ryan Kelly on the pole, so taking early advantage here tonight, as Cody Griffin will be on the outside. Todd Merkel and DJ Mitzel will make up row number 2, as Robert Kahn, Len McNeese make up row number 3. Todd Poston and Tim Lee for row number 4. Sean Wilder and Tyler Hilton for row number 5. Row number 6 made up of Cole Spaulding with Dustin Franklin. Gordon Larson Jr. and Hemi Garadini back there on row number 7. Row number 8 is going to be Ty Marasco with Mike Hasty. Eric Blount and Hilton Young make up row number 9. And back for the remainder of the field, it's going to be Robert Smith and Michael Taylor for row number 10. Derek Paulson and, of course, our back of the pack starter, Michael Pratt.
Should be a good one here tonight, and it's always fun coming here to Daytona from either side. I mean, it can be fun certainly from the driver's side of YouTube, but for us for the booth, I love it when you come here right now at this time of day. You got the sun setting. It can be a little blinding depending on how much you got your graphics cranked up here, going around the corners here at Daytona with the sun setting. But
HDR.
once you you get to see these cars, kind of a little bit in the daylight, and then all of a sudden, those lights come on and those cars really shine. So we'll see who shines the brightest here tonight, and that takes home the win. If you're out there in CRN, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, get you in touch with everything that we have to offer, as we'll be back to a full slate of action next week as well. For the Virtual Velocity Racing next week, they're going to have kind of a super speedway race next week, as well as they're going to be heading to the new Atlanta, also known as Echo Park Speedway, for 100 laps of, I'm sure, some high speed. We'll be pack racing there as well before we'll have the week off at the end of February, and then we'll kick things back off as pretty good schedule here for 21 races in the Xfinity Series, kind of just getting started. This is race number 6, so not even a third of the way through this season. But the pace car lights are out. It is Ryan Kelly and Cody Griffin on the front row, getting ready to lead this field to the charge here. Barney has got the green flag in hand, and we are racing here at Daytona.
And away they go as they cross the start with the flag. With Barney waving the flags, they head down into turn number 1. You can see them here. They come 2 by 2. Hopefully, obviously knowing that they got plenty of laps to go here, so you can see this nice and easy work their way through turns number 1. You got to think about a lap and a half for these cars kind of to come up to speed. You can see them coming off the corner, just nice and easy. It doesn't look like anybody is doing anything erratic anymore at the moment. Sometimes you see somebody go down there on the apron and let people go by, but looks like everybody's pretty comfortable here so far, holding their own spot where they're at. Nobody trying to drop to the back and lose a draft. As long as you hold the draft here at Daytona, you can find yourself in a great spot for a good finish. But obviously Ryan Kelly trying to break that trend of the back and forth between Dalton Kilrow, maybe even be able to gain a few points on him. But he does lead lap number 1 here at Daytona International Speedway at iRacing.
They're already grabbing a bonus point, but still 2 by 2 for the first 10, 12 drivers out here, as they're just kind of settling in right now. The most of the pack towards the back there are just settling into single file. And excuse me, again, 80 laps, and really there's not too many laps that make any kind of difference between now and about 75 laps in, other than the pitting laps, the pit entry, the pit exit. You certainly need to nail those laps, but other than that, just kind of settle in and cruise. If you want to, figure out who you draft good with, who's better pusher, who are you better pushing, now's the time to kind of experiment that a little bit, maybe make a couple runs here and there. Nothing too crazy, not don't enforce anything 3 wide, but even falling back off the pack here and just getting with somebody and feeling how easy it is to catch up with these cars, because everyone is different here. I mean, you see these Xfinity cars, they're kind of stable in that they don't get massive runs like we seen last night. The next gen cars seem like they can get some major runs, whether it's just straight up drafting, or especially when you include the side drafting as well. The Xfinity cars certainly get that advantage, but not nearly as much as last night. So hopefully it'll be a little bit more docile, at least for the time being. And I'm sure these drivers are already 3 laps in now, and maybe already thinking about fuel mileage, because it seems like, well, it's been a storyline here a lot this season, and I know some of the drivers as well as some of the admins are done talking about it. Let's just put it that way. And I don't blame them. There's me and Jimmy have said before, it doesn't matter what you do. If you give it 10% fuel, if you give them 100% fuel, it all depends on how the race plays out. If it goes caution free, if you get 6 cautions, hell, if you get 1 caution, it can throw everything for a loop.
In the wall. Oh, it's Tibley.
For a loop. Looks like Tibley involved and maybe a few others. Gordon Larson. And it looks like, trying to see who that is. Looks like that is Hilton Young getting involved. You see down there in the grass, Gordon Larson. We'll take a look back and see what brought this one out.
What's up, bud?
Oh.
Just, wow.
Yeah, not sure what happened there to DJ Mitzel, as it looked like that car almost kind of locked up going into the corner. I think we need to take a look at that one more time just to see what exactly happened, because that was strange. I mean, the 4 seemed like it really backed off going into the corner. And I mean, certainly backing off a lot more than need be on the 3, to the point where Len McNeese really didn't have any time to react.
Yeah, he got up there on the 3. It looked like he was had a pretty good push going there, and then it just car just really slowed up really quick there. And DJ Mitchell, or excuse me, Len McNeese, nowhere to go. Ends up having to slow down, and then Tim Lee getting in the back of Len McNeese and kind of snowballing here. You see Tim Lee coming down across the field. It's going to come across the nose of the 73. Collects the 00. 5 of Derek Paulson trying to stay out of this, but this stuff is happening right in front. Oh, wow. Did he just miss that or what? Wow. Derek Paulson missed it out on that one, but a few drivers getting kind of caught up there. You see Gordon Larson down there, 00, kind of on the grass as well, going for a ride. So tough break here early. Not something that we see very often, but we're going to take this down where the drivers get back into the pits here. I'll bring up the tower, show you where your favorite driver is kind of standing at the moment and when they pit last here. So you can see a few drivers down the pits. It does look like you're going to get a majority of them. I want to doubt if they all come down, to be honest. Carl, staying out kind of just throws you off the swing of things, and you don't really gain anything by going from the up here in the back to go to the front. So, but this looks like Todd Merkel and Todd Poston will stay out. So they haven't been out very long, but last night it was only right around 20 laps, and they were coming back in.
Well, the one thing that's nice about helping out and being an admin here for VVR is you kind of get some insight sometimes. And we found out what happened there to the 4. Blown engine going into turn number 3. So, I mean, very, very early for that. And it's surprisingly, for all of speed weeks that we've had so far, I don't think we brought that up at all yet, Jimmy. And the fact of, you can't go too close for too long, or that is a possibility. You can end up blowing the engine, but that's exactly what happened there to DJ Mitchell. But I mean, to me, that is very, very quick for an engine to blow. I mean, only 4 laps into the race. That's
4 laps,
crazy. So, yeah, very, very shocking there. But obviously, the cause of the incident there, and we'll get this thing back underway. But yeah, really strange to see it. And if that's how touchy these things are going to be here all night, that'll maybe put some drivers a little more aware of pushing out there, and I'll have to get out there and get some fresh air in those cars.
Well, the big thing about pushing here at Daytona, you're not going anywhere once you get to the front. You just don't. And it's 74 more laps to go. I mean, how hard are you going to push? Because the guy is just going to be right in your tail. The draft just doesn't let you break away very, very much. So your best just kind of hanging back a little bit, let your car breathe, save that fuel, and work them pit stops. And hopefully your partners can pit just as well as you, or you can pit just as well as them. You get in, get out, and continue your march through the race. But yeah, obviously I understand get up there to the front, but sometimes and maybe not expecting it too, Carl. I mean, that was a pretty unexpected blown engine there this early in the race, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, it's we've seen blown engines before here, but it's just how early that blown engine came out here was is really just it's got me worried for these drivers out here, because they shouldn't be blowing that early. Man, I know you can get the temperatures up there pretty quickly, and it didn't look like DJ Mitchell was just locked onto the bumper of the 3 that entire time. But I mean, clearly these cars need a little bit of air, and surprisingly, I mean, we didn't, at least maybe we didn't have enough long green flag runs in the core Xfinity series to see anybody blow their engines with them. But, I mean, they were here with the Xfinity cars right here at Daytona, and didn't have any issues that we know of, at least. But either way, DJ Mitchell's got that thing repaired and heading back out there. We'll get this thing back underway. And it is going to be Todd Poston on the front row here with Todd Merkel, Ryan Kelly, Cody Griffin, Sean Wilder for your top 5, Cole Spaulding, Tyler Hilton, Ty Marasco, Emmy Gardini, and Robert Smith for your top 10.
Another night here. Do it. Cautions get. I mean, they just get a little bit long here. I see 2 minutes for caution laps roughly. And a big difference. It's almost well, they also at a pit stop. You're looking at going from them 47, 48 second laps all the way up to 2 minutes, and you wonder why drivers can really save some fuel on these caution laps. And it's not that we're worried for tires for the number 2 and 31, but only those 2 cars. They either need to relinquish the front row quickly so they can save fuel, or they're going to be pitting by themselves if they go green. So who will follow them? I don't know. So the 2 and 31, if they haven't been working together, they might be here in just a few short laps. Maybe 10 to 12 laps. We might see them come in together. So, and then they'll just have to fight to stay on the lead lap until the other cars decide to pit a few laps later. So, we're gonna see if those 2 can maintain up front and maybe get a chance to pit with everybody else. But we are back to green.
Presented through on to the backstretch here again. 2x2 to start out here. We'll see if they kind of settle down into a line there. But I mean, it's certainly a surprising early caution there, not just for VVR, but for the reason of the caution. I'm still a little shell-shocked at a car blowing up that early, but hopefully a warning to all the drivers out there that is the reason the caution was out, is because the 4 ended up blowing their engine. But new leader out front was the 31 of Todd Poston. Now Cody Griffin is finally going to get that 3 from the outside line to lead a lap here. Getting a little help from Cole Spaulding on the outside. The 2 of Todd Merkel out there tonight and up there at the front trying to push that Nerds machine back to the point. You got Ryan Kelly right behind him on the inside. With Ty Marasco on the outside and the 1 would certainly love to capitalize here tonight. I know we talked about Ryan Kelly looking to go for his 4th win of the season and really gain some points on Dalton Kilroy, but none better to gain points than that 1 of Ty Marasco to maybe even sneak the points lead away with Dalton Kilroy not being here tonight. And we'll see what that disqualified number 1 has in store for everybody. Sponsor, not because he did anything wrong here tonight. But either way, good restart here from the field, and get to see some of these cars start to shine a little bit under the lights. I know the 7 there, Mike Hasty, good looking paint scheme right there. Certainly, Emmy Gardini, you can pick him out whether it's daytime or nighttime with the that bright yellow and red number 17 as he works to the inside. He was fastest in practice, at least towards the end of practice. I know he was up there on the boards in practice, and it clearly shows that he's doing good here in the draft. Now he's stuck in the middle of the field right now. We'll see what he can do through the rest of this race. On the outside of him there, the 5, Derek Paulson, little throwback right there with little Terry Labonte, number 5, with the Kellogg's cornflakes. And I kind of like it. I like the little gray touch to it. I certainly, you remember it with the yellow and the red all over it, but
oh yeah,
the little gray, I guess maybe the test car for the for the Terry Labonte.
I mean, test cars got to get on the track sometime, and what better time here than prior to the duels or during the duels. Maybe it's the car of the evening. Well, we'll see if Derek Paulson can get up there and maybe even get a win here tonight. Up 11 spots, by the way. The biggest mover of the race, though, is going to be number 08. So he's shifting back and forth between P number 7 and P number 6. Also, down here a little bit, not DQ'd, but DQ'd on the track. Ty Marasco up there in P number 5. Cody Griffin is still leading this thing, though, on the outside. Todd Poston on the inside.
I want to thank our sponsors, Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Hilton Crafts and Designs for everything that they do for the league. And thank Tim Lee for putting everything on for all the fans out there and for the drivers out here on the track. And you can see him out there in the top 10 getting caught up in that first wreck, but he's got that thing cleaned up. I believe I did see somebody out there with a little damage on the back end. I don't know if that was the 24 or not, but I did see a car out there still driving with a little bit of damage, and I don't think it's a 24. But either way, they were sticking with the field, so not enough damage to cause any alarms out there, and still able to keep with the draft, which is definitely the most important thing right now. And it might even been the zero. No, looks like that one's clean too. So I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Maybe I'm seeing ghosts of Daytona's past.
Needs sounds like a graphics card update needed.
It's Daytona. I mean, Daytona's been naturally one of the tougher tracks on the PCs, but you know, Carl, things happen. I don't know about you, but I had a Windows update just today. I don't know, maybe, and then that changed my my speaker output. I turned on iRacing tonight, and I'm like, why is there no sound? Why don't I hear cars going around the track?
I don't know what it is about Windows updates and messing with the sound settings. Anytime there's a Windows update, you got to change your sound settings. It's to me, it's the most random thing, but yeah,
it's annoying.
It happens all the time.
It's definitely annoying because I got to go in, make sure OBS is set up, and you know, your iRacing set up, and because I got obviously all the monitors, you know, have speakers. I run my the iRacing sounds and the speakers in the background. I can adjust the iRacing sound in the broadcast by so I can barely hear them in the background, but I can hear the cars, and then they're not just rumbling in my ears. I don't have to like pretend I'm screaming into a microphone and it's tough to call me.
And anybody want to hear that our voices are enough. They don't need to hear us screaming as well. But either way, these engines are screaming around the track here. Nice little restart for the drivers as they've been out there now for a good little 10-lap run here. Now the 3 of Cody Griffin maybe going to give a little fresh air to the 49. He's going to move down in front of the 31 of Poston. So now Spalding is going to get a chance to lead the outside line. And still a good amount of drivers side by side, pretty much side by side all the way back through 15th position right now with DJ Mitzel in the back of this field, and probably a little more leery of really getting tucked up behind somebody. Definitely doesn't want to bust that engine here again because they only got one faster car here tonight as usual, and already used it certainly to fix that engine. So maybe driving a little bit more cautious back there in the 4.
Yeah, and I'm looking here on my dashboard here, as you guys can see. This is I have 181 degree FOV for my cars, so I got a pretty decent field of view, and I still can't see the dash here. And this is Robert Smith and P number 7, and he's driving a Toyota. Here's the Chevy dashboard. Still can't see anything. And I think the Ford dashboard, I can see the oil temperature and the water temperature there at the bottom of your screen. It's behind the www.coreracingleague.com. If you need to schedule all the points, you can always go over there and visit and see what's going on, not only for the partners here that run on CRN, but you can check out the Core Racing website. There's all the schedules are over there, point standings, all that fun stuff. You guys can check it out. Yeah, Ford's the only one, Carl, and I do drive the Ford. One of these reasons is because of, you can see the water temperature on the let me turn the WWF the Core Racing thing off here quick for everybody so you can see it. There you go. Bottom left hand side there you can see the water temperature. It's a 40 this water pressure, and then you got voltage and the oil pressure, and then I think the oil temperature. But if you're a driver, you can do, I think it's D. If you hit D on the keyboard, I think that's the default for this little dashboard that comes up, and it tells you your RPMs, your water temperature, oil temperature. Because iRacing was aware of it's not everybody can see, what the car is doing, and that's one of the things. If you were in the car, you would be able to see these meters. The only way that you can see them is maybe if you're in VR, or you got some. I don't know if you're lucky enough to be running like triple, like 60-inch screens or something. Something massive where you get a lot of vertical space. But yeah, I have 32-inch mount monitors, and I'm 181 degrees, and yeah, this is all I get to see. So it's quite amazing. I mean, some drivers, they'll pull their cameras back so they can see the dashboard, because that's a thing, but not me. I just leave it as is, keep that field of view as close to realism as possible. But yeah, that's the differences in some of the cars as far as besides the outside appearance, but they all run the same, just as fast. They draft the same. It's one setup you can get from a shop will affect all the cars. It's not manufacturer based. Unlike the GT3 cars, there's plenty of those to choose from and plenty of setups for each.
I think it's what we haven't seen quite yet. We got to see him on the Monza Oval on Wednesday night with the CSRL GT series, but to see them on a regular super speedway, I'd like to see a BOP or not, how they would handle all together in a pack consistently, because we definitely seen a lot of bump drafting going on, and basically straight up pushing for Nor Bourgeois and Craig Jancic all the way through the oval. But here tonight, the drivers facing the early worries of blowing up the engine. Cody Griffin on the inside, Todd Monson in second, right behind him, Cole Spaulding, Todd Merkel, and Ty Marasco for your top 5. Ryan Kelly, Robert Smith, Sean Wilder, Tim Lee, and Derek Paulson for your top 10. But everybody out there in the pack, all 22, still on the lead lap and doing a fantastic job here, as we'll complete 20 laps here of 80. So a quarter of the race is done and dusted.
Down and dusted, 20 laps in the books, and 60 more to go. And they're going to probably have at least 2 green flag pit stops, and into that 20 lap window here. And I'm sure you get to watch the Austin and Merkel. They are 2 and 3 at the moment, and they are drafting a little bit, so you might be able to stretch it out just a little bit, but they're going to have to pit by themselves early, unless they get some caretakers or some part or other drivers that will come in, maybe teammates, if you will. But we need probably 4 or 5 to make sure they don't go a lap down. But I'm sure you'll see them peel off here in just a few more laps. But we're gonna keep green right now. We've Griffin out front, a little single file action there for a little bit, but we are gonna continue to battle out front and just use that momentum. But nothing fancy kind of going on in that car right now.
No, so far so good, and there's plenty of race here for them to figure it out. I mean, they really don't need to get into it for another 50 laps or so. Once we get into that final 10 laps is when you can tighten up those belts a little bit, make sure you're in the position that you want to be in. If not, kind of start working your way to that position, and get ready for that final little push. I know it's kind of funny. I was laughing to myself because I was actually here at the rig before we even got into the race here tonight. I was tightening up my chair. Just a couple of the bolts getting a little bit loose, and probably no better place to have your chair nice and tight and fast than here at Daytona, going over 180 miles an hour here, and even getting close to 190 miles an hour with these Xfinity cars, especially in the draft. Riding on board here with DJ Mitzel, and with the draft getting a little over 190 going into turn number 3.
Yeah, I mean, they get up there, they're just kind of stuck there in around 190-ish. I think last night we were seeing close to almost 200 with the next gen car, so just a little bit faster, but you would expect that considering that they're supposed to be the more superior car, and usually typically faster, but not always. Depending on track, we did record a series between the ARCA car, the C truck, the B car, and the A car at the time, and you're only allowed to run them a certain amount of times. So I think so you had to run each one like 3 times for the most part, and so multi-car, I guess class. It's really kind of interesting because there was benefits to each. Like the A car is super fast, but you had to pit, So and then you had like the B car is kind of like medium range, but still had to pit fairly often. The truck was pretty decent in most places, but a little bit slower than the other two cars, but had more gas. And then the ARCA car, that thing was kind of hit or miss, and I know a lot of people chose it because sometimes it'd be just as fast, and you had a full tank of gas. So, but after you used it so many times, it was gone. So, that's what you just had to kind of roll the dice when to choose which vehicle. Lap number 25 of 80 here at Daytona with virtual velocity racing as Ryan Kelly has made his way to the front. So maybe not something that anybody or the likes of Dalton Kilroy wants to see sitting from his couch, but the 13 out there leading the way here right now over Cole Spaulding in the number 49. The 3 of Cody Griffin and Todd Poston, Todd Merkel, Derek Paulson, Sean Wilder, Robert Smith, Tyler Hilton, and Ty Marasco for your top 10.
A good run here for the drivers, and
Whoa!
Hold that thought,
well,
because we got quite a few cars involved in this one. You see the one in Marasco just gets it woed up before he hits the inside wall, but already got some damage on the outside. That number 1 looks like Hemi Giardini involved in this one as well, and quite a few others. Todd Merkel, looks like Robert Smith. Take a look and see what happened on this one. And right there looks like Todd Merkel coming across the front of the 5 of Dalton, or Derek Paulson. And then Paulson, big shot against the 08. The 02 gets involved. The 1, the 17 there. Looks like the 6. Eric Blunt just going to get by. Mike Hasty, maybe a little piece of it right there. And it's going to slow him up enough to get him involved in this one. So probably about 5, 6, maybe 7 cars, and a big incident right there between Hemi Giardini and I believe that is Gordon Larson there on the inside. So I don't necessarily want to say this was the big one here at Daytona, but quite a few drivers involved. Todd Merkel's going to walk away with a meatball on this one. Ty Marasco already in pit lane, serving a penalty for coming in early, but he has plenty of damage that he wants to get repaired on that number 1 to get back out there. But this probably couldn't come at a better time for could have come at a better time for Todd Merkel, since he was going to have to pit early, and now he's dealing with a meatball. But Todd Poston, the other one that stayed out there, didn't pit on that first go round or that first caution. Now he's going to be able to come in with what I'm sure is going to be the entire field to get a pit stop in right now.
Yeah, nobody's going to be out there. I mean, you see they're in at lap 5. This is 22 laps later that these drivers will be coming in, and not like tires are needed here tonight. They could go the whole 80 laps, I'm sure, on one set, but it's that fuel, Carl. You need that gasoline in order to make it this far, but you kind of get an idea how far these cars can go. We're already here on lap number 27. Yes, we've had a couple cautions, so maybe we're looking at 25 to 20 or 25 to 30 laps of fuel on a green flag run if you're able to work the draft and save. So good job there for the drivers deciding to stay out there. Todd Poston Todd Poston and Merkel just trying to get things done here tonight, but in for gas and maybe some new shoes, just cause why not? And gonna get down and away here. Does look like Cole Spaulding is gonna beat everybody out in that number 49. So 49 making his way finally up to the front there. Cody Griffin in P number 2. Sean Wilder number 91 up in 3rd. Eric Blount has made his way up to P number 4. Ryan Kelly slides back to P number 5, and Michael Taylor up to P number 6. 7th is Todd Poston. And then Michael Pratt up 14 spots, currently sitting at 8th position. Dustin Franklin in 9th, and then Derek Paulson will be your top 10, up 11 spots.
want to thank everyone out there for tuning in here tonight as we are about a third of the way through the race here tonight. 80 laps on tap for these drivers. Second caution of the night. First one with the incident of the engine blowing up there for the 4. And then this one right here looked like the 2 just drifting up and coming across the 5's nose and going to bring out this caution. But either way, it's been it was a pretty good run there for the drivers. We'll see if they can get settled back in here and get one more run in here.
Yeah, I run right to the end. Well, minus 10 laps. If you get, it's like, wouldn't that be something neat, Carl, if you can, like, you're racing and you're the leader. If you wanted to subtract laps, you just have to go so many laps green, and then maybe an auto vote thing could come up, and the drivers can vote to end the race early. After like shorten it by so many laps or something. Maybe that'd make it too arcadish, but it'd be a cool option if you're out there, especially maybe. You decided to do a full race of 200 laps here at Daytona, and maybe you don't want to sit in the car for her.
No, you're making me sick just thinking about that, please.
For 4 hours.
Don't even utter those words, please.
Hey, it's coming up. The there is drivers that do partake in doing the Daytona 500 here. It is essentially the endurance race, for a single driver. But you can get out there, you get some crew chief action going on. Be a live spotter, much better than the virtual spotters out there, hopefully, and you can have some fun. Just have fun with some friends and try to win yourself the Daytona 500, because right strategy calls can help, and calls, whether somebody's clear or coming, wrecking, and especially after 500 miles, Carl. I mean, you see what happens here, if they can get going green and get them green flag pit stops in, but what about a full tank? And then making it the entire way, are they taking tires? Are they just going back out to double stint them? There's all kinds of things. It's not like it's you still need to partner with somebody, in order to get a good run, and not just one person, multiple people. So that's definitely something to maybe watch. But I don't know if I want to sit in the car for 4 hours, drive around in ovals. Not my thing. But I'm sure a lot of other people enjoy it. I'll rather just watch it on TV, on the couch, sipping a beer or something.
Yeah, at least there you can fall asleep, and nothing's going to happen. You fall asleep in the car, it's probably not going to be too good.
I can do that too.
Fall asleep while you're, while you're spotting for somebody, probably not good either. But about time to get this thing back underway.
Let's go!
As heading back to the United Rentals restart zone. Cole Spaulding going to lead them back to the green flag. We're racing again here at Daytona. 29 laps in the books at this point. Still a lot of racing yet to go. Lights are fully on now. We're definitely in that nighttime right now. Hopefully the track temperatures cool off a little bit. Maybe let these engines breathe a little bit better as well. We're working our way back up to full throttle here once again down the backstretch.
Down the backstretch, we're going to go on top of Tyler Hilton's number 02. He's currently sitting back in 10th. Looking back, he is on the outside. You got to see the Len McNeese over there on that right side. Tim Lee in the shell machine back there as well. So just everybody kind of relaxing. You can see they're riding that seam line, but I see parts flying.
We got
a ride.
Caution coming out here. And Jimmy, I'm starting to wonder. I mean, I know we kind of questioned it and said there was some a little maybe over aggressive driving on Tuesday night with some of the core Xfinity drivers, but now here we're again at Daytona and we got Xfinity again, and that's happening with VVR as well. So we'll take a look back and see what happened on this incident to bring us under our third caution of the night.
That's already happened.
Yeah, already happening right there.
What's going on?
Looks like they start with Ryan Kelly up front.
Yeah, change cameras. Oh, wow.
Oh, even further front. So is it all the way in the front?
Yeah, sure is.
With the 49 there, we'll take a look.
It's a 91 kind of sliding
91.
up.
Yeah, 91 right there of Sean Wilder drifting up and getting into the side of the 3. And this, Jimmy, unfortunately, I think we can say is the big one, at least for Cole Spaulding. Maybe we need to see that one more time from the point of view of Eric Blunt. from his cockpit, because he got a full look at the undercarriage there of the 49 Cole Spalding. So I guess this is no longer a PG-13 broadcast here if we take a look from Eric Blunt's cockpit there, but the full Monty there for the 49 of Cole Spalding, on top of the hood and up and over the 6 right there on this one. But pretty big incident. Quite a few cars involved in this one, as it started right at the front of the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this one more time here and go with Eric, like you said there, with Eric Blount, and we're gonna hop on board here. Inside the car, and you'll get a basically that close look of what the underside of a car looks like here. So you can see how close he is into the car in front of him, and then obviously the 49's down there just off your side screen, so you can't see too much what's going on, but he's gonna see. I can see it on my triple monitor. Who was that? The car that got involved there. There it is. There's a touch right there by the 91. You see the 3 going down. It's clear. Nothing but car. Hits the wall. And, yep, there's the underside. So, yeah.
I mean, I know the Olympics are going on right now, and I know in the Summer Olympics you got a lot of kind of X Games coming into it with skating and things like that. I mean, definitely a little skateboard action there, doing a little spin on the hood. I mean, certainly he has plenty of spins in snowboarding as well. So maybe trying out for the Summer or Winter Olympics there for the 49, spinning on top of the hood of the 6. But either way, I'm sure not what he envisioned when he headed into that corner, but just unfortunately getting taken out there by the number 91 of started there by the 91 of Sean Wilder. So we'll get this thing again back underway, and new leader out there. It's a 24 of Tim Lee, as he decided to come in on lap number 27. Did not come in on this pit stop right here. And same thing with Robert Kahn, Mike Hasty. So deciding to stay out there, going to be on a little different pit strategy, but hopefully these drivers can get a little cleaned up here. This is already, I believe, the 3rd or 4th caution here of the night, and it's already 3 or 4 more than we're used to seeing here for VVR. So we'll see if they get this thing all sorted out.
Yeah, I mean, super speedway racing could be like that. I mean, obviously you have them where they go from green from start to finish, and then you have them where they're, just one little mistake, and it can really kind of, hopefully not end your race or cost you the race. But they only have one fast repair here, so kind of coming in, getting damage repaired, and then maybe coming back around to see how much more damage there is. Maybe Carl, I know you talked about if you pulled in the pits and if you had too much damage, hitting the button to use your fast repair, but at least here at Daytona, you can come in the first time and see how much, and let the crew kind of work on the car. But when you come back around the next time, just come back in again. If the car is really that damaged, really kind of use that fast repair, and then get right back out there, and you'll be good to go. At a track like Daytona, not a track at New Hampshire. If you do that at New Hampshire, you probably end up going down a couple laps. And that would be under caution. So in short tracks, you could go laps down really quick. So car position is big at those tracks. Not as much track positions, not as much here, but just where you feel comfortable with, so you don't get wrapped up in an incident that could be race ending for the evening.
Well, that's really what the goal is. It's right now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter, who's technically around you, anything like that. Nothing really technically matters yet. We're not even close to where you need to start worrying about, how the draft is, what you need to do, everything like that. Right now, it's just you got to get settled in there. Everybody just needs to take a deep breath, calm down, get everything sorted out here, which I'm sure they will. I mean, it's again. Unusual for VVR to have these kind of incidents, but again, I mean, you never know. Like I said, we did see it on Tuesday night with the Core Xfinity Series. The Xfinity cars will be having a little trouble here at Daytona, and I even mentioned it last night. I said that the next gen cars definitely a little bit more planted. I don't know if it's the width of the car just seems like they can handle the track a little bit better than these Xfinity cars when it comes to high speeds. So maybe that's playing a factor here tonight. We can see some cars drifting around here and there, and again, maybe that's playing a factor. But either way, back underway. Tim Lee is your leader. Mike Casey there in second in line. Third in line on the inside is Ryan Kelly. Then on the outside line, it's a 21 of Robert Kahn, the 3 of Cody Griffin, Todd Poston, and then you even have Len McNeese up there. Fourth in line on the outside, as now they're going to have a fifth one in line because Derek Paulson was on the inside. Now he's on the outside, as that was it's not the optimal line down the backstretch. I will say that, but Robert Kahn, he's back in there, and he's now leading the inside line.
Yeah, it was the one crazy kind of maneuver, maybe just maybe an itch. Or just it was the move to make at the moment. But obviously, good heads-up driver. Excuse me. Heads-up driving by the drivers around him and allowing them to kind of get back up on the track and keep things green here as well. On lap 35 of 80, almost to that halfway mark here tonight with the Virtual Velocity Racing Team. And if you think you're seeing things, you are not. They have a new logo up on the top left-hand side there. They redesigned it just a little bit. Looks pretty good. We got it sporting up there. So you might see a couple variances of it as we move forward through the year. But Cody Griffin trying to get a win here tonight as he's still out front with Robert Kahn, Todd Poston, Tim Lee, Len McNeese, your top 5.
If you're looking to grab that logo for yourself, you can even grab the logo on the Core website, again, www.coreracingleague.com, and you can check out the schedule and the standings link right there on the website, but also the logo right there as well. If you want to go ahead and grab that, if you're a driver out here, want to use it for your car or whatever the case may be, maybe you want to use it for a T-shirt, for a hat, or what have you. And certainly a shout out again to the sponsors here for the series: Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Hilton Crafts and Designs for everything that they do as well. But we are getting close to the halfway point. As Jimmy mentioned, we're going to complete 36 laps right here, so still got about 3 or 4 more laps till we get to the halfway point. See a little bit of dancing, and again, it's something you didn't see as much last night. And again, I really feel like the cars doing a little bit more dancing because it's the type of car. These Xfinity cars aren't exactly as planted as the next gen cars, and maybe the aero kind of affecting a little bit more. And certainly when you get to some of the tracks like we've seen at like New Hampshire, or some of the tracks where it's high speed entering the corners, you do feel that aero tightness and the aero push, especially in a track like Phoenix. Phoenix to me is one of the toughest tracks to drive behind somebody. You really need to find a different line in the corner so you can get some fresh air on the front of that car to help you rotate through the corners. Here, clearly you're going to get through the corners. There's no problem with that. It's going to rotate because of all that banking, but it can kind of affect it, just pushing around a little bit here and there, and affecting these cars to be able to hold a straight line.
Yeah, obviously they kept their foot in the pedal, the gas pedal the whole way, which you don't want to do because you do want to save a little bit of fuel, whether you want to stay out there a little bit longer or just have a little shorter pit stop. You can see how pretty difficult it is. It's not super difficult to pass here, but obviously you need that opportunity and the momentum and the right moment to make the pass here at Daytona. It's not just all about putting the throttle to the floorboard and you win here. It doesn't quite work like that. You gotta use the draft, gotta be in position, make your choices wisely, and make it to the end with a clean car. But right now, Robert Kahn trying to do just that as he's now moves to the lead with Len McNeese, number 2, and at number 84. So seeing the Western Auto Machine up front yet again. And Carl, you got the 21 in the Motorcraft, and then you got the Western Auto Machine out front, and then you got the Terry Labonte machine. I mean, can we get some more retro cars up front?
You're loving all the throwbacks here for sure. I'm sure this is definitely taking you back, and you don't see any orange time machines out there tonight, unfortunately for you. No Ricky Red throwbacks.
No.
I like seeing the Hooters throwback for the Alan Kowicki paint scheme. Certainly all the different Dan Leonard schemes are notorious, and they usually see at least one out there. And you got the Rusty Wallace Miller Lite machine out there is always a good one, and even the the blue and white Miller Lite to me is a good looking paint scheme for some cars out there. We've seen some of the Mark Martin Valvoline paint schemes at times. There's a lot of good throwbacks, and that's why I like every once in a while the leagues will have a throwback night, or especially when they go to like their Darlington. A lot of times is when they use for the throwback nights. Sometimes at Charlotte, and some of the different paint schemes. I know some of the leagues that we do, they have a themed paint scheme every other week, and it's fun to see. And it can get a little difficult when you're trying to pick out the drivers and which one's that right there looking from afar. But it's certainly fun to see what these painters can do.
Yeah, it's amazing what some of them could do. Even they could even put maybe a picture of themselves on your dash. So when you get in the car, you have to stare at them the whole time. Just depends on how artistic your painter might be. Some people like their face on the front of the car. It's just all kinds of things. Obviously, we try to we screen them as much as possible. We're not not too strict here, but we try to keep everything friendly here at CRN for sure. But I haven't seen very few that were maybe borderline here at with the drivers here. So a lot of mature people out here that drive with these leagues, and the paint schemes that they have, putting on a great show for the fans out there. So we really appreciate that here. Not have to filter them or change them ourselves, because we can do that here at I know I can remove my paint. All I need is the driver's number, and I can delete the file, so you wouldn't see here on iRace or on the broadcast. But yeah, that's an option we have here and that's the only way that we can kind of control the drivers on what's on the paint if we use trading paints, which we do. So, but either way, we've got a good one here tonight. We're over that halfway mark. I think it's a little time for a little bit of love to hear it, and we let these cars rip around Daytona for a few laps.
sights and sounds of the Virtual Velocity Racing Xfinity Series here at the Daytona International Speedway, as this will again complete our Daytona Speed Weeks, the third race here this week that is being hosted at Daytona. Yeah, there's some racing going on at the actual real world Daytona, but you're in the spot that you want to be at here on CRN, watching me and Jimmy enjoy the good racing here by VVR. But one thing hasn't happened yet tonight, Jimmy, and it's quite possibly your favorite thing about coming to super speedways. That's the green flag pit stop. We've yet to see one here tonight. Hopefully, coming up soon, maybe we'll get this, get that finally, check marked off the box, and you can finally enjoy yourself. And there you go. Ask and ye shall receive. The first round of green flag pit stops underway here. Robert Kahn still leads the way. Derek Paulson, Cody Griffin, Todd Merkel, Dustin Franklin for your top five. But we'll see when the next round of pit stops come in. And really, this is where the race can be absolutely won or lost, because we've seen many times that if you don't come in here fast, you don't come in here with a nice group, you don't get out with that nice group, you're going to lose the main pack here, and you're going to have multiple different packs here all spread out through the field. And you definitely want to avoid the officials on pit road. You don't want to have any kind of black flags. We've seen that ruin many a nights, but so far, two groups coming in. I see a little miss of the pit stall there from Robert Kahn in the 21 may cost him the lead of this group, but I don't think it was too much of a miss that he's going to lose out on this pack. And you see him right there all coming out together. Just got to get fanned back out into single file here, and got to be careful. Don't want to go across that line. But the number 91 got ever so close to going across right there on the exit. Got to all work together to get back up to racing speed, and hopefully have your own little group, or at least be leading the group. As you see right here, we still have quite a size of a group that has to come into the pits yet. Cody Griffin now leading, Todd Merkel, Derek Paulson, Ty Marasco, Hilton Young currently your top five, and joining them Gordon Larson and Hilton Young for your top seven. They have yet to come into the pits. Got a couple others out there towards the back of the pack that have yet to come in as well, but your top seven right now, certainly look forward to them coming in probably this lap. But it's certainly a nice gesture, at least for Mike Hasty, that he pit 3 laps earlier than these drivers, and looks like he's going to at least have a group to come in to the pits with. It looks like he pit and took tires, and it looks like the drivers he came in with took, if anything, took 2, or if not, just took fuel only. And unfortunately, if you're not on the same page as your fellow pit mates, that's what's going to happen right there. You're going to fall way behind. And we'll see now Ty Marasco, Derek Paulson, and Gordon Larson. Looks like they all had one strategy. Cody Griffin, Todd Merkel, and some of the others had a different strategy. So this little group right here also spread out, but I think there's at least 3 in each little pocket right here. This will complete the pit cycle, and we'll see where everyone shakes out here when they come out of the pits, because we got, you see the potential lead pack coming through 1 and 2, coming onto the backstretch right now. Ty Marasco, Derek Paulson trying to get back together to try and lock up and hold on to this crew. You see them passing the 3 right now. And now they're going to pass the 00 as well. But it looks like Ty Marasco, Derek Paulson are able to get that thing wound up enough to maybe stay in front of this pack. You see Paulson pushing with all his might. The 3 wide behind them. Now going to be 4 wide, and that's what can happen. You can't go 4 wide at Daytona. It's just too tight. At Talladega, it can be done, but 4 wide, not a good option right here. And we'll take a look and see who's kind of to blame here, but it's just too tight of action right there to maybe put it on one individual person. But here it is coming off of turn number 3. You see him all trying to kind of squeeze in together. And it's just 4 wide, just a little bit too tight. But actually, it looks like right there, it's a 73 of Dustin Franklin getting in the back of the that was 77 Michael Pratt, and causing this incident right here. But I mean, just get done with a pit right there for pretty much all the field, and now quite a bit of cars involved in this one. And Jimmy, there's been some pretty big ones here tonight. Again, these drivers only have one fast repair that they. I'm sorry, actually, they do have two fast repairs here tonight. But you gotta wonder, is there anybody that doesn't have any left? I know the 5 was, I believe, involved in one earlier, and now you see him smoking down the backstretch. You wonder if this could be the end of the night for Derek Paulson, or if he can get a fast repair and get back out there. But gonna bring us under another caution here. Under 20 laps to go. Yeah, I think. Oh, it looks like the 5 did have a fast repair to get that thing all cleaned up, and he'll get back out there and back into the race. So good thing for the 5, Derek Paulson. Yeah, I'm not sure why the 02 would have had a black flag, but it looks like they did get cleared here by some of the admins. So at least that was taken care of. But either way, we're gonna get them back out there, and it's gonna be Ryan Kelly at the front of this field, exactly where he wants to be. It just got to last another, 18 or so laps, 18 plus laps here. Robert Kahn up there. I haven't really talked about him much this season. We talked about him in the fact that we're kind of surprised he hasn't cracked through yet for a win, but maybe not the car choice here for Robert Kahn. We'll see what he can do. Certainly plenty of season left in this Xfinity car before they switch over to the trucks for the second half of 2026. But we still got. No, it's 2 completely separate seasons. So that'll. Yep. that would certainly be one way to do it for sure. We're gonna get these drivers double back up here, get them back to some racing action. And hopefully everybody's ready to watch this thing come down to an end, as we're down now under 20 laps left in this race. I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe, get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer, as we get to decide who's going to take home the checkered flag here tonight. Will it be Ryan Kelly getting another win here on the season? Will it be somebody else finally cracking through and being our third different winner here on the season? We're about to find out. Either way, it's going to be Ryan Kelly that gets this thing back underway. And yeah, Tyler Hilton not exactly clean out there for sure. But either way, it's time to go back to racing. Still working our way down to the end of this thing, but again, you start to wonder, and you start to think, where do you want to be? It's getting close to that 10 laps that I mentioned. Once get to lap 70, then start to figure out where you want to be and who you want to work with and everything like that. But we've seen certainly last night finally proven me right that I don't want to be the leader coming to the line, and certainly I'm sure you can ask Harry Krantz. He was in a perfect position. He had the lead at the line, get the white flag, and had the lead all the way through that last lap until he came off of turn number 3. And for some reason, I'm not sure if he wanted to or decided to go up to the middle lane, the top lane, and try and make a block, but it opened up the inside line, and certainly I'm sure the 21 did not mind the seas kind of parting for him to get up through the inside and get himself a win. But we'll see what happens here at the end of this thing. The 13 now back out in front, leading that inside line, as Sean Wilder moved out to the outside line with Robert Kahn and Todd Poston. But I think we're far from deciding this thing absolutely, because one, we got 14 laps left, but the fact that we still have 20 cars, actually 21 on the lead lap, but unfortunately for the 02 with Tyler Hilton, unless they have a caution just to catch him back up to the field and then wreck on the last lap, that he can pass everybody. I don't think that Xfinity, that now looks like a modified, has too much of a shot to win this thing. No, that's true. Plenty of air on that thing. audience, Fort Worth Screen Printing and Hilton Crafts and Designs, for everything that they do here for Virtual Velocity Racing Series. As Jimmy mentioned, new logos out there. It's certainly a labor of love for Tim Lee and the admins here, and they're definitely putting on a good product week in and week out. 22 cars out here tonight. I know we're missing a few. I know a few of the drivers actually are at the real life Daytona, watching and enjoying the duels here in real life. But I don't know why you'd want to go to the race in person when you can just be out here racing with your buddies and having a good time and getting some TV time yourself out here in this area. But either way, they have their own reasons. But now starting to see the number one at Ty Marasco leading on the outside. And this is, again, the two drivers leading their lines right now. They have certainly the most to gain with Dalton Kilroe not being here tonight. We'll see if one of them can grab the win and maybe grab the point standings as well. Certainly, I'm sure Todd Marasco would love to stop the run of Ryan Kelly, but don't count out that too of Todd Merkel. He doesn't get out here to every single race anymore, but when he does, we've seen that two up there quite a bit, and you see him up there right behind Ryan Kelly right now, and not really a better person to be behind at this time, the way Ryan Kelly's season has started for sure. But, Todd Marasco is looking to end that streak.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan's gonna right now. Ryan Kelly would need that two's assistance in order to finish out that win here tonight. And the drivers, got 10 laps to go. Thanks, Barry, for the heads up on the mic because I had it muted still. But we're still here ready to go. We got 10 laps to go. Ryan Kelly is out front, like Carl was saying. Got the battle kind of going up there. A little gap showing here, and that could be good and bad, as those cars could get a really good run and then come up on that back bumper. Who knows what would happen? But we got some cars coming in.
Yeah, not sure what exactly happened there for.
What the heck?
Cody Griffin jumped into the pits.
Oh.
And yeah, we did not see this because of how far off the track it was. It didn't bring out a caution. You see Gordon Larson, Hemi Giardini involved. That I have no idea. I mean, Cody Griffin came right back up and almost tagged another car. Obviously gets a meatball, tows it back to pit lane, but it's going to stay green out there. So very interesting with no caution coming out on that one. We're going to keep this thing green. Keep it rolling here. We're under 10 laps to go. And
way to go, iRacing. The algorithm.
Tyler Hilton off the track, but he's slow to begin with. So probably just staying out of the way of everybody out there. But yeah, again, another head scratcher from iRacing. Certainly, I understand when there was no caution initially, since they slid down to the inside and banged off the wall. But the fact that Cody Griffin came up across the track and damn near right back into some more cars, I have no idea how that was. But either way, we'll keep going here. We got 8 laps to go here at Daytona as it's starting to get a little closer to go time. Maybe not just yet, but it's getting close.
Yeah, a lot of decisions. I mean, obviously, a lot of decisions are being made. Am I in the right spot? Can I get that run? Will the driver behind me go with me? Do I have any teammates that are nearby? Are we going to play together? There's so many different options here, and you see the 38 kind of crossing that apron. That makes the car kind of wishy-washy as you see them kind of going back and forth. So, yeah, holding on here for the end of this race. It's going to be a wild one here, I'm sure, as starting to wind things up. 38's a little having some troubles holding on to that thing here tonight.
I think the drivers are now finally starting to push. You see some of the fast lap of the race being put in right now. Michael Taylor just logged the fast lap of the race last time by Casey and Dustin Franklin put in their fastest lap of the race. And yeah, it's definitely getting to the point where these drivers want to get to racing, but you see the cars dancing around quite a bit. And that's where a caution could be right around the corner because they're not exactly holding a straight line. I think that the aero and the fact that these cars aren't exactly that planted to the track are really playing into that. You see the 91 going the outside, and now he's all the way down to the inside, taking the lead. Ty Marasco stuck in the middle, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. He doesn't have really any help right now, but he's got two helpings of side draft, the inside and the outside. You see him kind of trying to work both of those. Now Derek Paulson pulling down to the inside to move along with Ty Marasco, the two teammates. Maybe going to try and work together here to the end. Back at the line this time, it's going to be down to 5 laps to go.
5 measly laps left here, at Daytona. It is go time, ladies and gentlemen. It's that almost that magic number where the drivers, if you're a little bit farther back, you're not, not within that top 5 or 6. You're really starting to think about, I need to get up there. I don't have much time left. Now's the time that people are going to try to make some moves. They're going to try to pull off to the side, see if they have somebody to work with them. Can they get somebody to go to the extreme outside with them to go 3 wide and use that side draft? It can't be the very last guy because there's nobody to pull them around. You have to use that draft, and hopefully the side draft's enough. And somebody in front of you who doesn't see you kind of poke your nose out and try to make this thing 3 wide, and you're kind of just, your run is wasted. You see this back here, you can see the 73 obviously trying to get something moving here. That's Dustin Franklin on that outside. Now maybe see if they can get somebody to work with him. Needs to try to get to that outside and make this thing 3 wide. 4 laps to go as Sean Wilder, Ty Marasco battle it out.
On the backstretch here, you see a couple lap cars in the distance. We'll see if they play a part or if they just get down off the track and get out the way. But right now, excuse me, Ty Marasco leading the way out front. Sean Wilder doing battle with him. Derek Paulson, Ryan Kelly, Todd Posson for your top 5. You got Marco Mitzel, Blunt, Kahn, and Smith for your top 10. But you see a good grouping of cars right here at the front, all within a shot. The top 16 right now definitely have a shot at winning this thing, but it's getting a little spicy up front, and we very well could have a caution, but they're going to all straighten it back out here. What a save. A couple of cars up into the wall. I think the 77 of Mike Hasty, or Michael Pratt went up into the wall, and they all kept it straight enough. So no caution here once again. But the herd is thinning, Jimmy, and you see Robert Kahn. I thought he was looking to go 3 wide there for a second, but back in line here, and now we got a lap car out there. You see the 02 riding the wall. Just please don't pay no attention to me out here. I don't want to be involved in this at all, as what was a 16-car run is now down to 10. Can the 98 there, Michael Taylor, get enough of a sniff of this draft to get himself back up in this mix? He's tantalizingly close, right on the edge right now as the field comes up on another lap car. Look like they're about to go 3 wide. Don't want to go 4 wide with the car on the outside. As you see the 3, Cody Griffin staying outside. Real close battling here at the front. To the line this time, we're going to see the white flag in the air. So who is going to lead? And will it lead him to the checkered flag, as it was close there for Robert Kahn. And now look like we're going to go 3 wide. At the line, I couldn't tell you who was leading. It looked like by an edge it was Sean Wilder, the 91. And you see the cars dancing around here trying to figure out who's going to be the partner. And 4 wide, and now it's going to take out almost the entire front of the field.
Wow.
It's now down to 2 cars here for the win. And remember I told you about Michael Taylor? Forget about finding the draft. He's found his way through into 3rd. He's out of drafting range. It's down to 2 cars. They're side by side down the backstretch. We are going to have a new winner here tonight. The 13 of Ryan Kelly out of this race. He's in the pits right now. So it's down to Sean Wilder, Todd Posson off the final corner. Side drafted back and forth, banging off of each other. Todd Posson on the outside in the Nerds machine. Late run by the 91. Give it to Todd Poston by 0.04 of a second. Back-to-back nights, Jimmy, we see this race finish under 1/10 of a second. You love to see it.
Yeah, it's a close one. Obviously, it always gets hairy at the end. Derek Paulson will come in 4th. Tim Lee will sneak by there in 5th. Robert Smith in the 08 gets a decent finish in 6th. Len McNeese finishing in 7th. Hilton Young will finish in 8th. Dustin Franklin in 9th. And Todd Merkel will come home there in 10th. We're going to try to go back here just a little bit and kind of see what happened here. So much happened at this last lap. My screen is filled with all kinds of junk. I think it's this one. Nope.
Like a lot of driver screens were filled with junk on that last lap, unfortunately.
I'll go ahead and rewind this here. Is this it? Yeah.
This is one of them.
It says 79. Oh, this is like the first part.
Yep, that's what I said. This is one of them.
Oh yeah, the 77 got a shot, trying to lift there for the Hilton in the 08. You see where Tim Lee's at, right? In the back. He's way back there this time for that first one. And then it was kind of go up here. Is the rest of these good drivers? Yeah. They're coming down here. Just looking. Robert Kahn going to look to the outside. Coming down here. Get around the 02. Come down across.
Yeah, this is coming back to the line for the white flag right here.
Yeah, get the white flag. Just and obviously they're battling out. They're obviously running down the backstretch, heading down into the corner here.
Actually, sorry, this is 2 to go right now.
Is it?
Yep, this is 2 to go. This is on lap number 79.
We'll speed her up a little bit. We'll make them go faster.
Yeah, okay, it's fast as they've gone all night here. About 240 right now, but you see right there, 3 wide, and the 31 went to the outside to try and get up to the front. You see Todd Merkel, Todd Marasco try to block the 4 of Mitzel, gets into the 21 of Kahn. That kind of wipes out the back half of the field here a little bit, but then right here in front, you see a couple teammates getting together, the 5 and the 1, the 13 of Ryan Kelly gets involved. Merkel gets involved. You see Mitzel goes to the inside. He's able to get on by, but he doesn't have a good enough run to get past the 6, who ends up hooking him to the outside. The 98 hanging it out there, just sneaks by the 6 of Blunt. Hard impact there with the 3, the 6. You see the 4 doing some pirouettes there on the inside. That was a heck of a run to the line for the 2 that survived it. The 98 of Michael Taylor certainly survived it as well to get himself into 3rd. But Todd Poston, Sean Wilder had a chance to race it out. And you see right there, the 91 of Wilder was leading. And I believe, Jimmy, he was leading at the white flag. So once again, Jimmy, I told you, you don't want to lead at the white flag here at Daytona, back-to-back nights. Thank you very much. I'm sorry for Sean Wilder, but it's Todd Poston that edges him out by 0.04 seconds. Once again, I want to thank our series sponsors, Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Hilton Crafts and Designs, and thank all the fans out there in Sierra Nation. Hit that like and subscribe, as we're going to get our top 3 here in for their interviews. And we got some new faces joining us up here, as I believe we've talked to Todd Poston maybe once before, but Sean Wilder and Michael Taylor, I'm not sure. So we're going to go ahead and, Jimmy, we'll start with our 3rd place finisher tonight, and it's going to be the 98 of Michael Taylor.
Hey, Michael, it's Jimmy and Carl from the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got you. Got me?
Why, yes, we do. Wild one here at Daytona. After 80 laps, you're up 17 spots. Find yourself coming home in the P number 3 after the wild one, surviving the kind of the carnage that can happen here at Daytona. Give us a little rundown. How was your race out there tonight?
Driving behind folks that looked like they had blindfolds on. So it was rough. I guess even finishing 3rd, you kind of, even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time, apparently. But yeah, there was just a lot more chaos than there needed to be. Some super aggressive pushing, but at the end of the day, I mean, they weeded themselves out. But as a whole, I mean, like with all the other VVR stuff, I mean, the racers are great. Kind of like a little family, but yeah, just a little aggressive on some aspects here.
But they ended up with a, whether they were aggressive or not, they opened the doors for you to find yourself here in third place, finishing at Daytona. So not a bad finish here. Trying to get it. Sometimes it's good to be lucky, but get a chance to get up here, get a chance to talk to you just a little bit. But most of all, just want to say congratulations. And we do notice you the 98 out there. Just wanted to give you some time for maybe some shout outs that you have on that car.
Yeah, for sure. My crew chief, my little now teenager boy, definitely would kick my butt if I didn't shout him out. So Weldon, thanks for helping me get through all the mess there. So aside from that, yeah, I just want to again touch base with Tim and the whole admin team here. Does a great job. Even the races that are atrocious for me, I still have a blast. So great little season these guys put on, and definitely enjoy watching the broadcast, even watching it back to see how bad I did the day before.
Well, you did good here tonight. Found yourself a way through. Even kind of went back and watched as you kind of skirted by, just missing what you needed to do. Almost a Days of Thunder moment. Getting yourself here with that finish tonight.
Bumper tag there for a minute, but yeah, maybe I should just drive with my eyes closed more often. It seemed to help.
And sometimes that's just the way it is. Just let Jesus take the wheel. But yeah, you get a good one here tonight. Again, congratulations, and we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Third place finisher here tonight, the 98 of Michael Taylor, doing a good job of a little wreck avoidance there on the final lap to get it done here for the third place. Second place here tonight is going to go to the 91 of Sean Wilder. Sean, you had a good advantageous position leading at the white flag, and you get through the carnage in front of everybody, pretty much everybody wrecking behind you, except for one pesky car, the 31 of Todd Poss, and you lead down the backstretch. He gets alongside of you. You guys did a heck of a job side drafting each other. Looking back, I'm sure you're probably happy that you just finished this race here at Daytona, but I mean, what are you taking out of this that you could have maybe done differently?
Yeah, there's probably not a whole lot I could have done different. I enjoy working with Todd. I've run a lot of Speedway leagues with Todd, so I knew he would work with me. I was actually up there because of him the first time when he and I went up 3 wide. I knew he would go. But yeah, with that wreck happening, normally the guy who takes the lead at the white flag isn't the guy at the lead at the checkered. That's even real in Real Cup. So it is what it is. I'm just happy to finish. I saw he had the momentum, so coming off 4 there, I tried to door bang him enough to stop his momentum, but I didn't want to wreck us either. So I'll definitely take a second place, especially with this group of guys, because there's a great group of racers here. So anything in my mind, top 10, you're doing good. So I'm real happy with second place.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely had a good run for a lot of night. We did see the 91 up there quite a bit, and you had to avoid some of the other corners throughout the race, as it seemed like these Xfinity cars weren't really planted too well. I mean, was it the car? Was it the handling itself? Was it some of the aero? It seemed like these cars were dancing a little bit more than some other cars.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think it was the aggressive bump drafting. There was a lot of aggressive bump drafting up front. You're better off to get on their rear end by easing into it and then pushing them. I was doing the same thing. Sometimes you just got to be aggressive, and it is what it is. But if you're aggressive and you don't hit them square, you're going to kick that car sideways. So you got to be careful, especially when you got a pack of 5-6 cars running together like that.
Well, it was good enough to get you to the lead here at the end. You got the white flag lead, but you didn't get the checker flag lead. But you finished Daytona on the podium here, just shy of the win by 0.04 of a second. So congrats on the finish here in the top 3. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to you guys. Thanks for all you guys do to run this and to stream it for us. I want to give a shout out to VVR, obviously, and Tim and everything he's done. Known Tim for years. Want to thank Todd for working with me tonight. And I want to say hey to Mom and Dad. They always watch us on the big screen. So I know they're out there watching right now. So love you guys. And hopefully it was a good race to watch.
It was definitely fun. We always have fun up here in the booth for sure. So congrats again on the finish. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you next week at Echo Park.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
Second place finisher here tonight, the 91 of Sean Wilder. Top spot here tonight. I back in the early 2010s, Jimmy, there was a show that I really enjoyed, and hosted by some of the guys that were in. I forget the name of the movie, but the name of the show was King of the Nerds. I don't know if you partook in that show at all, or definitely worth looking back and taking an eye on that one. But the King of the Nerds here tonight. Todd Poston getting it done with a last lap pass here at Daytona.
Getting it done here tonight. Todd, Jimmy, and Carl up in the booth. Do you copy, buddy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, well, welcome to the booth and congratulations on your victory here tonight. It was one heck of a race. Obviously, 80 laps can sometimes feel like a small endurance event here, especially on a place like Daytona. But you're able to come out on top here, and what a way to bring it home here, getting that the last lap pass for the win. Give us a little rundown on how your night was, and give us the tea on the other side.
Honestly, it's all about patience with these races. I mean, with the supers, you can't win them on lap one, and that's kind of what I do most of the time is super speedway racing. So me and DJ and Sean, the gentleman we just talked to a minute ago, so we kind of understand you have to be around for the end, which is one of the things a lot of guys don't seem to want to do on these supers.
Yeah, it is, obviously a game, drivers are just trying to like press their luck. We did see the cars kind of, we've seen a blown engine super early in the race. Was it a thing here tonight? How long could you stay tucked up behind somebody?
So that was an odd one. That DJ is my teammate, and yeah, he was pushing. He was only 165, and it popped instead. It did the kind of half pop where you'd still running. You can drive it back to pit road,
Yeah.
but it didn't fully blow. But yeah, after that, I mean, I was pushing the car continuously almost to 300. I don't know why his popped so early.
I mean, he needed an ice cream or something, a small break because he was getting too close to the front. But
Exactly.
slow him down just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, me and Carl were wondering, like, is it really going to be like that tonight, where the drivers really need to, always looking to basically bring that nose out and bring that air across, cool them down, but. You're able to, that was the only kind of incident. It was kind of shocking here tonight from us. Obviously, a couple more cautions than normal for a VVR race, but still we're able to get some green flag stops in and kind of get sorted out for a little bit. And it was a lot of fun to watch, and it was good to see you kind of come down to the end. Obviously, those Daytona Superways finishes, so close. And I believe your separation here was 0.04. I have up here on SDK. iRacing might have it a little bit closer, but a very close one here tonight. So we wanted to say congratulations as always, man. And you're always fun to watch out there. And the number 31 is going around the track. So just going to give you a little bit of time for any shouts you might have.
Yeah, just want to thank you guys and thank Tim for putting this all on. I mean, it's a fun place to go, and wins don't come easy in this league. So I knew super speedways, like I said, are my thing. So I knew tonight was going to be a chance to try and get up front and win. And luckily, it kind of worked out at the end.
You definitely were able to use that super speedway experience, find that number 31 out front and grab that victory here. So we want to say congratulations from not only us, but the fans. And we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is your winner here tonight, as we finally get a different winner in the series here, and no Dalton Kilroe here to take it tonight. Brian Kelly was out there, and it looked like the 13 had a shot getting to the end of this thing, but he gets caught up in one of the last lap wrecks, and it gives the opportunity to both Poston and Wilder to fight it out, and it was. Again, the king of the nerds here, the 31 of Todd Poston getting it done. Great race here. And I love to see Daytona races come down to at least a couple of cars battling out to the line and see those winning times be less than a tenth of a second. It certainly gives you your photo opportunities for sure as well. So thank you to all the drivers out there for putting on a good race here to the end. Thank you to Tim Lee and all the admins that make it go round here at VVR as well. And thank you to all the fans for tuning in. As that is going to do it for Speed Weeks here on CRN at Daytona. Next week we'll kick it with some different tracks and mix it up here a little bit. But you have to tune in next week to find out where we're going with all our series. But for myself and Jimmy from the Daytona International Speedway, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.